friends, Chris back again, and today I'm going to be talking about Black Death from 2010, directed by Christopher Smith, starring Sean Bean as a Knight Templar, or an ex-Knights Templar. Eddie Redmayne is a young monk sent with the Knight to discover things in this village, and Carice Van Houten. She plays kind of this druidess in the village that these people are getting sent to. We also know her as Melisandre from Game of Thrones. Right, so basically, this takes place during the bubonic plague, the Black Death, hence the name of the film. And basically, there's a village that is, it's been immune to everything so far. And of course, you know, because it's immune and the rest of Europe is dying, it must have something to do with evil, you know, demon worship or Satan worshiping or whatever. It has to do with something like that. It couldn't possibly be because it's remote and no one ever leaves or comes there. But that's beside the point, because in those days, if it wasn't good, it was evil. So there was no gray area. So basically, Sean Bean's character and his group of compatriots, they go to this village run by Carice Van Houten's character. You know, Eddie Redmayne is a monk. He's kind of a shamed monk. He was going to leave with this girl that he was in love with and forego his vow of celibacy and not to get married and all that kind of stuff. And she leaves him, and she's like, come meet me here and we will, you know, leave together. He goes, she's not there. Come to find out, she's been taken to the village and she's, you know, brought back to life with necromancy. Okay, so this movie's full of misdirection as far as you know, some of the plot points and stuff, which I appreciated because I've seen this once before. I saw it when it first came out, you know, like 13 years ago. And man, I guess that must have been a time in my life when I really wasn't digging this kind of movie, or I thought that it was you know, poorly made or something. But I was very pleasantly surprised with how well this movie actually was. I probably watched it when I was inebriated or something. I just didn't get into it. But the acting's great. The you know, special effects are awesome. It can be very brutal at times, you know, as medieval Europe was. And it has a you know, story's good, acting's good, the writing's good. My only complaint was the cinematography. Okay, whoever was behind that camera had Parkinson's or something, because this cat, I mean, you're watching a scene and it's not even an action scene, guys. It's not even something where the camera needs to be moving a lot. You got people just having a dialogue and the camera's just all over the place. I'm like, dude, do you need a cigarette? Like, calm down. But yeah, that's the only complaint I really had about the movie. The score was really good. I was impressed with that. I really like the performances. Eddie Redmayne, dude, that guy, no wonder he's, you know, been nominated. Hell, I think he may have won something too. This dude can act. I mean, even back then in 2010, like, he was the best actor in the whole movie. His range of emotions go from like pious and somber to downright just wailing and agony. I mean, his body language, his facial expressions, his acting, everything was top notch from Eddie Redmayne. Sean Bean, what happens to him in every movie, guys? You know what happens. Him and Kiefer Sutherland are the Death Brothers. They die in everything they're in. So of course, you know, Sean Bean, he acts like Sean Bean up until the point where he dies. And Carice Van Houten, I mean, she's beautiful, and she's so sinister in this. She's like that subtle sinister, like where she's kind and caring, but there's that undertone of like malevolence, you know. And I dug that in her character. I really thought that was stand out and pretty good. Overall, I really liked the movie. It's way more than I enjoyed it the first time I watched it. Like I said, first time I really wasn't into it or whatever, but this time, like, it was really good. In fact, it was so good that it was, when I got done watching it, excuse me, tongue-tied. As soon as I got done watching it on Hulu, I went and bought it on Amazon Prime to add to my digital collection because it was that good. I mean, I wished I would have revisited it sooner. You know what I mean? And you know, the funny thing is, this movie is very similar to Season of the Witch. as far as kind of how the plot goes, but they're very different. They came out a year apart, and this one, even though I don't think it got a major theatrical release, is way better than Season of the Witch with Nicolas Cage, right? This one is more realistic, where Season of the Witch is kind of more of a fantasy take on the whole plague and witchcraft and all that. But, this stood out to me way more, and I'm glad that I revisited it, and I'm glad that I bought it because it was excellent, and I highly recommend it to you guys. It's streaming on Peacock. It's streaming on Hulu. You can buy it on Prime for $4.99. It's excellent. It's well worth your time, guys. So check it out if you want to. And if you guys, like what you've heard and seen in this review, click like and subscribe, guys. I can always use more of you folks. I love you guys. Y'all are my peoples. But anyway, if you want to get connected with more Cinema Dolce stuff, go to Facebook and look up the group Cinema Dolce, not the page, the group. The page is the cinematographer. That's not me. So anyway, look that up, guys. And as always, I'll keep making them as long as you keep watching them. God bless. I love you. And peace out, my friends.